Hello, everyone. Happy lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And in this reading, we are going to not only be doing a daily tarot reading, but we're also going to pick up on the frequency of the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. What is this lunar eclipse going to be about? Obviously, change, okay? Because lunar eclipses bring a lot of change and deep rooted things that you swept under the rug to the surface. There is going to be a lot of re-editing and revising around how do you live your life, and I specifically heard a fool doesn't change, and that not just because we got the fool card, but Sagittarius is all about experience and travel and expansion and philosophy and having a philosophy or some type of religious belief. And the reason why is because life is hard, life is challenging. The temperance card that we have present comes in after the devil card, or I'll put it like this. Sagittarius season comes in after Capricorn. Well, right before Capricorn season, I'm sorry, to prepare you. That's what I meant to say. Because if you're not having any type of anything to believe in, life can look like a horrible place. The devil card it'll make you honor and show more love to items and cars and sex and drugs and all of these things that you can't take with you. So Sagittarius energy comes in before the devil, I should say, to teach you experience, philosophies, ways of restricting yourself, but also being able to do so in a way to have fun. It's the higher power. It's the God consciousness. It is everything that tries to help you in life versus hurt you. And so but hurt and help can sometimes be tied together, right? So this is a moment for us all to just really wake up, really finally move, really finally make it happen. So let's get into the cards. Now, the Fool card being out first lets us know this lunar eclipse is bringing a new beginning, period. And it is asking for you to take a chance. If you've never taken a chance before in your life, take one this time. Don't be foolish with it though, because Sagittarius's energy is still very wise in its highest octave, but it can be very, very promiscuous and hot-headed and make stupid decisions, honestly, in its lower vibration. It gets caught up in drugs and dogmatic ways of thinking. It becomes so much of a dreamer that it doesn't get anything done. It is hard for Sagittarius sometimes to get things done because they're so focused on the dream, they're not putting in the practical action. And so this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius hones in that energy. Where are you expanding too much? Where are you giving too much? Where are you making careless decisions in your life that need to be tightened up? Where don't you dream enough? Where in your life don't you take enough chances and you need to take more? The Fool card is here helping you to push yourself to jump out there. But it's interesting because you're going to have to use your soul and your passion to guide you today, because your mind is easily scattered. Your mind is easily pulled in this Gemini energy because the King of Swords is here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. King of Swords is actually Aquarius. This is when we feel like we know everything. And Sagittarius can be a know-it-all. Energy can sometimes be a know-it-all. So you have to always be open and willing to learn. That is the higher octave of Sagittarius energy, knowing that listening is your best option most times. Always being a student in life. These are higher vibrational ways of Jupiter. But the King of Swords is, God logically doesn't make sense. All that spiritual woo-woo shit isn't real. Show me the money. Show me the facts. Show me the figures. Show me where it's written. And this full moon isn't about that. It's not about logic. It's about passion. What do you believe in? and letting that guide you versus your mind, because you got to be careful what you say, because the King of Swords in reverse can make you very blunt, very mean, cynical. Is that the word I'm looking for? To a point to where you're so stuck in your logic, there's no wiggle room. And so the King of Swords in reverse can also be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius energy being mean to you, or a boss, an authority figure, using their power for bad. And the Six of Swords in reverse is next to that King of Swords, is saying you have to be careful not to keep going back to, situations that don't exist anymore. The Six of Swords in reverse will have you living in a bad dream forever. The Six of Swords in reverse will have you, oh my gosh, my house was burned down and it was flooded by Katrina. And it's like you just keep going back to what you think you might be able to salvage. Is that the word? What you think you might be able to still be able to put together or fix. And it's like, it's not fixable. And just let it be. Move on to a new place. Sagittarius energy is very blunt too. So we have to be extra careful with the bluntness, because that King of Swords is in reverse trying to cut, and you want to be honest, but you want to be gentle, because the Temperance card is here. This is the angel of protection. You might see a lot of road rage today. This is a lunar eclipse. Stay at home if you can. Or relax, get more sleep. You might need more rest. If you have to go out, just take it slow, because people on the road like to act real crazy around times like this. You will be protected because Archangel Michael is here. Some of you all have to travel back somewhere, and that's okay. Some of you all are thinking going back home is the best option. Debatable, because the Fool card actually rather you do new things, but you might have to go back home for some reason. There probably will be delays in travel, seriously. So it's no reason to get yourself worked up and frustrated. Now, this full moon eclipse brings in the ability to balance the impossible. The ability to have a harsh, cold world, but find the optimism in it. To be able to find people and situations that you can connect with that help you. Now, I do want to read something to you all, because it just came to me. I wasn't going to do this, but I just thought about it. It'd be good to kind of get some keywords of what Jupiter represents. So just give me a second and I'll pull it up. So here's a few keywords with Jupiter's energy, which is the Temperance card. Positivity, openness, seizing the moment, rising to the call, preparation for great opportunities, being a success, grand achievements, significant improvements in money matters, new love, or old romances or relationships. What is this? Signposts to the future and all the possibilities it may bring. Release, freedom, happiness, access, sugary foods, weight gain, rescue from suffering, the ace up your sleeve, happier times, alignment with your soul calling, drawing the finances you need as well as the wisdom to know what to do with it. A check in the mail, debts repaid. So these are some of the blessings that can come in under this lunar eclipse, and you should dream big. But with the dreaming big that you have and the optimism that you're channeling, you also want to give an offering, because I heard very specifically to give an offering to Jupiter. So I'm going to find out what Jupiter wants. Whether it's like a certain stone, and I take it to the ocean and give it back to the ocean. Or maybe it's fire. Obviously Sagittarius is a fire sign. So it could be, maybe a candle of just, appreciative energy of Jupiter, the wisdom and the philosophy that, its energy gives us, the ability to dream big and expand, to be overly jovial, that's the word. Y'all, this Mercury retrograde opposes all my Sagittarius energy, so I can't even talk. I already mess up enough when it comes to wording and all these types of things, but it's extra heavy when the Mercury is in Gemini. And so anyway, but keep going. That's the message of this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I can't talk. Don't give up. You know, life is forever suffering, but what are you doing through that? How are you finding the beauty in those moments? So have an amazing, safe lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I wish you all nothing but the best. Blessings, prosperity, big checks in the mail, big dreams realized and push towards. Okay, have a great one, and I'll talk to you later.